Okay, I'm doing it, guys. I'm facing my fears, facing the demons, facing the monster. Okay? Today, we are building a baby registry, and we're going to talk about my birth plan.
Finally!
So, to start, one thing I've already learned when searching for what to put on your baby registry, do not watch the first video that pops up. It's usually a video where them trying to get you to buy stuff using their link of things that you don't actually need. So I'm here to tell you, as a broke girl living in our parents' basement with very little room, what you actually need and don't need on your baby list. And if you hear my husband, I'm sorry, he's playing games right now. First and foremost, to start, you don't have to buy the car camera. Yes, it's nice, and yes, you can get one in the future. But to bring your little nugget home, you do not have to buy a car camera. That was one of the first recommendations that popped up, and I was like... And so, after watching a few videos, I go upstairs to my mother, and I'm like, I need your help. What do I actually need to put on this list? Because I have no clue what I am doing. And she was like, well, let me tell you this. When one of our foster babies came home, DHR gave us so much supplies, and she literally only used 3 things out of it. She used a little baby bouncer that had like soothing motion, like it bounced, and it was like one of those that like kind of cup like this and kind of rock like that. One of those, an actual walker / bouncer, and she just used a fold out mat to change her on the bed. So no extra changing table, none of that. So here's how my list goes. So far, we've got, and this is all out of order, it's not going to be nothing perfect. We've got baby safe laundry detergent, wipes, diapers, of course, that foldable mat I mentioned, the little rocker bouncy thing I mentioned, teething toys, one of those boogie suckers, suction suckers, whatever you call it, a boogie picker, it's like a little stick thing. And then for me, nipple care, nipple cold compress, postpartum supplies, a puree machine for when she can eat hard foods. And then one thing me and my husband just mentioned was like a homemade ice cube maker or popsicle kit. After seeing all these things, like the reason I say don't watch the first video, click. Well, for me, in our situation, we are very limited of space. And as much as I would love to put, like, baby spoons and, you know, things for the future, like baby-proofing when she's walking and a stroller organizer and all these fancy tiny little things, I ain't got room for it. I honestly don't even have room for a stroller right now. Like, I would rather somebody go buy me a pack of wipes over buying me a pack of stroller fans right now. Like, that's just how it is. We on the struggle bus. We need all the help we can get long term. While I'm watching these videos, like what they suggest, all of them are all like things I've either already got. So I've got kind of like a bouncer that's got like the toys around it. I've got one of those. I've got an extra car seat. I've got plenty of clothes, and we're also going to We Swap literally in another month. And I've got plenty of bibs. I've got bathrobe stuff. There's so many things that I already do have that I do not need to put on this list. And so I recommend, if you're around watching these videos, to be realistic and be like what you actually need, because you can put things on it. It's a wish list, basically. But instead of putting things like the stroller fans or like extra totes, like extra bags and things like that, or a car camera for right now, I would rather put like a mini dresser to put her clothes in, because I don't have any of that. I don't have a dresser to put her clothes in. And I'd rather put diapers, because financially, diapers is going to hurt us the most weekly and bi-weekly, monthly. You know, however fast she decides to grow, she grows, you know. And so, things like that. And I've also already got a diaper tote. And I've got 2 baby bags from just things people have given me. So, my list is going to focus on the reusable, disposable stuff. So, example, like the laundry detergent. I'm probably going to add things like baby Tylenol, Let me write that down real quick. I have to do a little bit of research, but that's where we're at. I feel like the reason I procrastinated so much is because I knew that when I would go to look for the things I actually needed, like talking about necessity, like if you're going to bring these to my baby shower, I want you to bring like one of these few things type thing. That when I clicked on these people's videos, it was like just consumerism. Like, I hate to say it. It was literally just consumerism of like, baby needs this, baby needs that. When in reality, if you're in the struggle bus like me, we do not need all of that. Like, thanks, but no thanks. And I don't want people to go spend their money on it if it's going to just sit in a corner either. So, I've already got one of those boppy pillows and like breastfeeding pillows my friend has sent me. Thank you, Rayla. Shout out, Rayla. And so that was like one of my mom's big things she said. I'm going to keep seeing what pops up. So, editing Aaliyah here, and we're on the iPad trying to film this right now. So, quality may be weird, but that's okay. As I'm editing this, I'm realizing, I put a lot of these things I said I wouldn't on my baby list, but there's some things where it's like, you'd kind of hope people would be like, okay, she may not need this. Like, if I need to get her something, what does she need? And I feel like posting this video may help that aspect of things, but I don't want you to feel discouraged. Like, if you need these things, if you want these things, put them on there. It's a wish list. It really is. I've got things on there like a recliner. Like, I don't expect nobody to get that for me, but it's on there in case somebody's got one. For example, we're literally going to get a dresser from one of my friends. Thank you, Emily. And Emily's roommate that's moving out. We're going to get a dresser this weekend. And so the reason I put some of these things that, I might have figured somebody I know might have one or something on there is so they'd see it and be like, oh, she wants that? Well, I've got that type thing. And so basically, yes, I've got things on there I need, but I also got things on there that I want. And it's okay to put things that you want. This is your wish list. This is your baby registry. And I don't expect no one to get me nothing, honestly. And so when people do, I'm very thankful and grateful. Because right now, we've got a whole lot of stuff and we are very blessed. But at the same time, it just feels like we're so underprepared. So anything anybody could get us, we are so grateful for. Now, with the birth plan, here's kind of my forte. Now, I did watch this lady's video. That was really good. And it was kind of things I already knew. And I just actually wrote them down this time. Overall, you got to do your own research. You got to search what you think is going to work for you. But things, maybe you won't be thinking about when you go into giving labor. Or, for example, keeping your environment comfortable. Because when you're comfortable, you're relaxed. When you're relaxed, your body relaxes. It releases the hormones to get your pelvis relaxed. And all the things, it all works together. So a few things, top priority is, mainly like dimming the lights just a little bit. Or, for example, playing music. And so me and my husband were joking, like, oh, we got to come up with like a hype playlist, like getting through those tough contractions, but also like a peaceful, relaxing playlist or things like that. Because I do very well with music. Like, for example, the gym. If I'm pushing through a hard set, I know I can get through it and keep going and keep pushing myself because the music in my ear is like, going with it. So I feel like if I'm pushing through a hard contraction, I feel like I could have I can do this type playlist. It'll help. And one thing I didn't really consider before watching this girl's video was having the IV in place but not connected to cords. So like you still can move around, but it's there and ready for you for after you do give birth. Fluids can be administered. But with that, she said, the way you get fluids, you also can drink them just as quickly. And I mainly drink water, and that's probably what I'll drink throughout labor anyways. And so I'm not really too worried about this. My plan's very flexible, too. It's not going to be like if this doesn't happen, I'm going to have the worst experience ever. No, it's just kind of taking care of me and then taking care of my baby is the top priority. And at the end of the day, the doctors know best. Whenever I first actually thought about a birth plan and first found out I was pregnant, I did a lot of scrolling on social media. I don't scroll anymore because of all this. But stories kept popping up over and over about the vitamin K shot they'd give and how
it didn't let me.
These kids' brains activities was messing up because of it, and they believe it's because of the shot, or like these kids had this happen that was just like a 1 in 1,000 chance and all this. And at first I was like, she ain't getting a vaccine, this and this. And then after getting off social media, after praying about it, reading my Bible, God's bigger than a vaccine, and God's bigger than any sickness she may encounter. And so I'm going to leave it up to Him and the professionals, because it is not my place, it is not my knowledge of how to do it. And I know that at the end of the day, He's going to take care of her regardless. So that's my thoughts on the whole vaccines and everything. But with the vaccines and any test that gets done, skin to skin is a priority, and I do want the baby by our side 24/7, like not going into the little nurseries or anything like that. Any tests that they can do, as long as I'm good and okay and the baby's okay, can be done from my chest. Like, they can measure, they can do anything, and they can do it in the room with us. So that is one of my big factors, is keeping baby in the room with us. And I really want to breastfeed, and so letting the baby latch when they're ready, but doing it, within whatever time frame, like just letting them find everything and kind of explore too is a big thing. Kind of letting it happen naturally, the way baby's familiar and is comfortable. And they have this thing called like the golden hour, which is like uninterrupted first hour of skin to skin, which, if you can do that, it's great, but if you can't, it's okay. Like, it's not the end of the world. But I'm going to put it on there anyways, just so everybody's on the same page of like, this is an important moment for the baby and for me. But like I said, if I'm not in good condition, baby's not in good condition, it is not the end of the world. We are going to let the professionals do what they do best. I'm going to ask my provider about delayed cord clamping, like what the recommendations are on that, and just kind of learn a little bit more directly from my professional, because, you can Google, you can search all these things, but I want to talk to somebody with experience and talk to see what she's learned and see what, how those things go about, just because I'm curious. So next appointment, I will be doing that. Another thing was limited visitors. This is a big one for me. Sorry, Mom and Dad. I love y'all. I love my siblings, but limited visitors, at least the first day, because I am one to get very, very, like, when everybody's in the room and then these doctors are coming in and we got to tell people to get out, that's too much. I'd rather it just be empty, not have to worry about it. I can whip my boobs out. I can whip whatever I need to out for them without having to worry about my siblings or my grandmother or my mom and dad. So I'm sorry, but that's going to be a big one, is limited visitors, at least within the first day or however long the testing, checkups, and all that may go on for. Oh, like I said, baby in the room 24/7. Big must. It's very important. There are so many benefits during that first day of them being born, to just have so much skin to skin contact and everything, and like just us getting used to being around our extra human we just brought into the world. In this one, I'm 50-50 on, like, it's okay if we wait, but I'm also like, it's okay if we don't wait. Like, this is another not end of the world, is the baby's first bath. A lot of people have now recommended, with research and everything, that waiting 24 hours is like one of the best things you can do. And honestly, to me, it's like, if it's 12 hours, it's not going to bother me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not the end of the world for me for this part, but I'm going to have it on there just as a wish list. And again, it's very flexible. These are just things that I've learned, and these things can change. So I've got them in my notes here, and I can go and edit them as I please, and then before she's born or before I go into labor, have that list printed out for the nurses and everything. Overall, it wasn't too hard was a little bit time consuming, but just getting it done kind of feels just a little bit better. I still have to go in like to the app and add like all the different things. So that's the stressful part, but making a list makes me feel better, and at least getting the idea, because I know as I think of things, I'll throw them on there. But just remember, don't feel bad if you can't afford the nicest things, or you don't even want the nicest things that other people have. Because for me, I'm very minimalistic, and so some of these ladies' lists, I'm like, okay, I get it's a wish list, but for me and our situation, I've got to keep it minimal, and I've got to keep it realistic, because I realistically see this as an outlet for help for us. And if somebody comes up to me like, hey, I saw your list, what's something I can get for you? I would love to just whip it out and just be like, this is exactly what I need. Any of these items right here would be the biggest blessing. Because as much as I love the cute little blankets with their names on it, the cute little things like that, I don't need it. Really don't. I'm very, like I've said, minimalistic, and I really want to use this resource and this opportunity to get things that will help us in the beginning, because I know as she grows older, our finances are going to get better and things are going to get better. So I don't want to ask for things that I have to put up in storage, is the big thing. I do not want to have to ask for things I got to put up in storage that I may or may not use, or I may or may not like by the time she reaches that age. But things like the utensils, the things that run out quickly, like detergent, like laundry detergent was a big one. Baby Tylenol that, you'll run out of. Or I'm sure I'm going to think of a lot of things like wipes and diapers you're going to use a lot of. Just things that we can stock up. I want to stock up, because they'll disappear like that like after she's born. I'm not worried about clothes. You may notice that it wasn't on there because we have another We Swap Club coming up, which is like a discount. Mothers will bring their other kids' clothes to sell at a discount, and they do like a 50% off, and everything's $1, and you get so much with that, and so that's plenty for me. And I also like the freedom of having, like, if you tell my parents or my family, relatives, friends, if you see something you just absolutely have to get it. But if not, if it's just kind of like, it's on sale, it's like, it's not nothing crazy, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, especially while she's tiny, teeny weeny like this. She's going to grow so fast that the clothes ain't going to keep up with her. She may not even get to wear all the clothes. We don't know. So that's my take on clothes. And one thing I want to say about the birth plan before I let y'all go is don't put too much stress in it. Really don't. I've had friends that said, I went in with these ideas, but the Lord's plan always came through. And when you step into that room to give birth, all you're worried about is bringing the baby into the earth at the end of the day, and if they're healthy and if they're taken care of. So be flexible and remind yourself that, things may change and go completely south of everything that you thought. And tell yourself it's okay. You're not a failure if you can't give a natural birth. You're not a failure if you decide to get that epidural. And I'm telling this to myself because I too need to hear it. So maybe this kind of gives you an idea what to put on your list, or sparks some thoughts. Or if you have suggestions, if you're a current mama too and you're like, oh, you are missing a very important thing, please let me know, because I'll take any help and advice I can get. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys maybe enjoyed this video of me getting my thoughts out and getting my stuff done like I should have done like a long time ago, because I'm 30 weeks pregnant. But anyways, I hope to see you guys in the next one, and just be praying for us when little Millie gets here. Bye. Whew, today took a lot out of me, but thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Bye.